G'day guys, I'm Ragnar. Today we're going to talk about Classic Mage Beginner Guide. So this is a guide for you if you're new to the game or have never played Vanilla before and you just want to learn the real basics of Mage. If you're someone who's played Vanilla and is a bit more advanced, looking for an advanced guide, this isn't the guide for you. However, if you watch something, you might learn a thing or two from this guide. Alright, first we're going to talk about races. So we're going to talk about the gnomes here, and they're pretty much the best pick for Alliance for Mage. And as they get increased intelligence, they've got the highest base intellect. You've also got Escape Artists, making them the best pick for PvP and PvE as well. You also get an engineering skill increase, so if you've got engineering, always a nice thing to have. Humans' racials aren't quite as good DPS wise, however they got other benefits like bonus rep gain. And the difference between gnomes and humans are almost negligible, so don't feel too deterred if you want to play human. Pick human if you really want that rep increase. If you're playing Horde, Undead's a great pick if you want a PvP. You get the fear immunity, you also can consume corpses, you get underwater breathing increase, and resistance to shadow damage, meaning you can resist things like fears, etc. at a higher chance. Last but not least, you've got the Troll. Troll's probably the best pick for Horde on PvE side as you get the Berserk, which increases your casting speed on a 3-minute cooldown. You've also got regeneration increase, which means your health regenerates at a faster pace. You increase damage to beasts by 5%, which could make questing faster, and if you want a skin, this could be handy as well. Alright, when you create your character, you'll notice a few things on your action bar here. Drag and drop those in the appropriate places. Make sure you turn on your extra action bars in the interface menu. You'll probably find you'll have some food in your bag. One of them is spring water, which regenerates mana. So you eat this whenever your mana gets low and you need to get it back quickly. This is much faster than just standing still and letting it regenerate over time. You've also got tough jerky. If you lose health, you can use that to regenerate as well. At higher levels, Mage can create their own food, so you won't have to buy food or farm food, which is one of the benefits of Mage. You'll notice in your spellbook or on your spell bar, you'll have a spell called Frost Armor. Basically, it's a buff that you cast on yourself and it lasts for 30 minutes. It increases your armor by 30. It slows enemies and slows their attack speed as well. So very handy while you're questing and you're getting attacked by melee enemies a lot. As you level up, you will get different types of armor and you just choose which one that's most appropriate for the scenario. For questing though, you'll probably use Frost Armor mostly. First spell you start with is called Fireball. This is your main attack ability. There's a Fireball, does about 14 to 22 fire damage, an additional 2 fire damage over 4 seconds, so it leaves a really short dot. As you level up though, this spell gets stronger and you'll get higher ranks. However, they will have longer cast times and use more mana, but they'll also do a lot more damage. Mage is a ranged class, which means you can attack from a pretty decent range. Fireball right now, for example, is 35-yard range, meaning I can attack this ball from way back over here. You simply cast Fireball by clicking on the spell or by keybinding it with your one key. I recommend playing with keybinds as clicking can take a lot of effort. And if you run out of mana, you can simply right-click the target and finish it off. Eventually your mana will regenerate and you can continue to cast Fireball. As you level up, you'll get more and more mana, and you'll find that you'll be able to kill things before running out of mana most of the time. In case you're not sure of the basics of Vanilla WoW, the fastest way to level is questing. Dungeons aren't really the fastest way to level, unfortunately, but they're nice to do for a bit of gear. You simply right click, accept the quest, give the quest a bit of a read as it will tell you exactly where to go, and sometimes you'll even see the question mark nearby. Some quests as simply as going to another person and talking to him, but most of them will require you to kill some things or gather some things. Here my quest says kill 10 mottled boars, then return to Gornek at the den. So you look for mottled boars. Make sure they are mottled. If you kill a different kind of boar, it won't count towards your quest. It's a common mistake a lot of new players make. However, once you've killed 10, you can hand the quest in and you'll be rewarded with experience, which will fill up your bar and level up faster, and you'll also get money, which you can use to buy new spells as you level up. As I melee attack this boar, you notice I'm getting skills in defense and staves. I'm getting skills in staff because I'm using to attack the boar. The more you use it, the higher the level gets. Increasing this level is important as it increases the hit chance of you hitting the boar. Defense also increases your dodge chance. After killing your target, make sure you right click on the target to loot it. Sometimes you get little items like a small red pouch. This is a bag. You press B, it'll open up your backpack. You can drag and drop little bags like this into empty bag containers, and now you've got extra bag slots. You'll probably find when you first start that you'll run out of bag space all the time. Going to a vendor is a great way to clear your bag as you sell great items for money. After you level up, you'll notice it'll tell you which level you've hit, and it'll say you gain 6 hit points and 70 mana. That just means that you've got 6 more health and 70 more mana. Your mana levels up much faster than your health does as a mage. One of the downsides as a mage is you're very squishy, but you also do a lot of damage. Definition of a glass cannon, basically. You also get intellect increased by 1, which is basically your mana and crit chance. And your spirit is also increased by 1. Spirit is your regeneration rate of your health and mana in and out of combat. As you quest, you'll find that quest rewards and sometimes monsters will drop gear. Check in your bag to see if there's gear in there. Sometimes you might find you have a pair of boots. You hold the shift key over them. You can compare it with what you're currently wearing. And notice these boots have 7 armor, but the boots I'm wearing do not. Simply right click on the boots to swap out the pair. Now I've plus 7 armor thanks to the new boots I'm wearing. Make sure to keep an eye on this as you gather gear while you're questing. As you level up, be sure to visit the mage trainer, as you'll be able to purchase new spells at different levels. For example, at level 4, I'll be able to learn Frostbolt. Be sure you got enough money to buy the spell, and once you hit train, it'll end up in your spellbook. Once you have the spell, open your spellbook, drag, and drop it on your action bar. For example, this new spell I've just got is called Arcane Intellect. It's actually a 30-minute buff. I can cast this on myself to buff my intellect. Increases it by 2 for 30 minutes. I can even click a friendly player and buff them, and now they have intellect for 30 minutes as well. This is something that every player will appreciate, as if you buff them randomly as you pass them by in the world, and they may even buff you back. Once you're level 4, you'll get the spell called Frostbolt. It fires a bolt similar to what Firebolt does. It also slows the target by 40% for 5 seconds. You can get talents and higher ranks of this spell to make the slow duration last longer and the increased range of Frostbolt. Here I'm about to demonstrate to you how you can use Frostbolt to kill the target before it reaches you. First you want to adjust your position so you're at the maximum possible range for your Frostbolt spell. You then cast Frostbolt until the target starts approaching you. Alright, here you turn around and you basically cast Fire Blast while you jump and turn, and then keep running, and then turn around and cast another Frostbolt to keep the slow debuff on him. This is how you keep that nice gap between you and the target. This is the recommended leveling talent build. As you can see, we've put a lot of points in Frost, and this is basically to help us kite targets so we can kill things quite faster without having to stop and eat food between every fight. The less we get damage, the more efficient we are at leveling. There's also some spells in the Arcane tree that basically reduce some of our mana costs. At level 51 and onwards, you then go and re-spec yourself a little bit to make yourself more efficient at those levels. And then of course you do have endgame talent guides as well, which I'm not going to cover in this video. But this is just to give you a little idea of where to put your talent points if you're not quite sure where to put them. However, for leveling, put them where you desire. This is simply just a guide if you really want the optimum way of leveling. Ah yes, sexy female gnome dance. Alright, thanks for watching guys. A key few pointers I want to mention. I will have a few links in descriptions if you guys want to look at leveling guides and endgame guides and talent builds. And also a few other mentions to the mage. They are a bit of a glass cannon, which means do huge damage. They're one of the highest damage classes in the game in vanilla. However, they're also one of the squishiest classes. They're great in PvP, great in PvE. They'll usually always have a spot in raids, and you can make your own food and make portals for people and sell them. You'll definitely have fun in Mage in vanilla. If you enjoyed this video guys, give me a like and subscribe. I'll be making more classic videos as well as BFA content, and I'll see you guys in the next vid.